fits the police what I want right now. And, sorry, I'm trying to say it. But yeah, let's head down anyway on the street right now.
Thank you.
That's totally shocking.
You will hear our voice! You work for us! You work for us! We do not fear you! You fear us! 100%. Politicians are our servants, not our masters!
Politicians are our
Servants, not our masters!
Yay!
The police are our servants, not our masters!
The police are our servants, not our masters.
Sleep no more, sleep no more, sleep no more, sleep no more.
Yeah!
We do not consent. Stand up for us.
8% of the time. We strengthen our immune systems, we stay healthy, we stay wealthy. Or we close and we go into poverty. There won't be any forced medication. We will not tolerate forced medication. It won't happen. We won't tolerate martial law if they put the army on the streets. The army will not tolerate the single either. The single you should know that. We're doing God's
Educate the brainwash! Educate the brainwash!
because our immune systems are the best defense against the virus. The government strategies are not a good defense. They let people through the border. They weren't testing planes coming in from China for months. We let people in the border, no testing. That would have cost a pittance of the $100 billion that we printed or borrowed ourselves into debt now. We could have built 100 hospitals for that. It's absolutely ridiculous. So this is not economic. This isn't about our health. This is about power and control. And we need to stop it. The businesses all around us, these buildings should be full of people going about what they love doing or maybe don't like doing. But in any case, creating wealth for this country which keeps us all from starving. Ultimately, the economy is our lifeblood. No money, no life. That's the way the world is, sadly, unless we want to go self-sufficient. So unless, how many people can survive in self-sufficiency? Not very much, Jacinda. We've got a virus that is not lethal to 99.8% of people, depending on the study you look at. We've got a Plan B epidemiologist here at Auckland University saying the virus lethality rate is between 0.01 and 0.86. A normal flu is between 0.1 and 0.5. So it's not especially more lethal, especially to healthy younger people. Let's protect the elderly, let's quarantine the vulnerable, and let's let the rest of us get back to our productive lives. And once again, I'll say what I said at the start of Aotea Square. If our human rights, if our Bill of Rights, if the Universal Declaration on Human Rights, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly has been suspended, Jacinda Ardern has to let us know. It has to be evidenced in law, unless she's breaking the law again like she did the last time. And on that point of breaking the law, lock her up, I say the same. She broke the lockdown rules, so lockdown was illegal. If you or I break a speed limit and don't pay a fine, we ultimately go to court or we go to prison. If she locks down the entire country, there's no consequences. How is that accountability? We have an unaccountable dictator at this point who has suspended Parliament, making up laws as she goes along. She's a dictator with a kind face and used to be pretty, and now she's pushing his tyranny on us. Putting a soft face on tyranny does not make it better. We can see through it. Getting a sweet woman to push down hardcore laws, the most hardcore laws on the planet, is not kindness, it's not love, it's not empathy. So with that, folks, it's great to see people standing up to tyranny. It's great to see the spirit of liberty in people. It's something that transcends all of our politics. We might not agree on the smaller stuff, but we can agree on the big things in life. We want to be down the beach. We want to be with our families. We want to be talking to our friends. We want to be at work, talking to our colleagues, being productive. And if we can't do that indefinitely, what do we have in life? What is life worth living for? It's not living, folks. It's not living. This isn't living. This isn't just going to be till Wednesday. This is going to keep happening and happening and happening. All these short-sighted people who tell us just to compromise do not see the big picture. We're not the stupid ones. We've done more research, and any person can do their own research. We don't have to be experts. Don't let them do that, have you got a degree line on you. That's nonsense. Common sense. So common sense to interpret data, we can look at information for ourselves, and like I say, we've got a plan B of epidemiologists, scientists who do have contrary evidence, and the government won't even entertain them. In fact, after Simon Thornley put out an article, had an article put out in Newshub, I got told from a reliable source that Jacinda Ardern's office called Newshub, called the Herald, had them change the headline to demonise him. That's the sort of Chinese-style one-party state tactics we have in this country right now. It's disgusting. So once again, all of our ancestors at some point in history fought for freedom, fought for democracy, fought for these rights we have today. And if we can't even exercise them, what do we have? What are we doing this for, folks? It's not worth the huge amount of debt they're accruing. It's not worth the 17 lives they may be saved and may have been lost to COVID. It's just not worth it. It's not worth the cost to all of us. The suicide rate is going up. They're trying to hide that too. Bankruptcies are going to be record levels. We just need to look at the United States, Australia, the UK to see what's coming here. The economic wave is going to hit us and hit us hard, harder than ever in history. So we need to prepare for that. And if our peers who want to call us names don't want to prepare, then let's just leave them to it. And let's prepare ourselves for our loved ones and our families. And with that, take care, folks. If anyone else wants to have a speech, come.
Hi, for those who are on Facebook, my name is Lucas. I've been active about our Bill of Rights and the difference between law and legislation. They are the ones being illegal. They are the ones who are unlawful. And if you register an unlawful act as a legislation to make it legal, that's temporary. It's only as long as you have the muscles. Now, New Zealanders, we are lucky that many people are actually awake but afraid a little bit because of this legislation and don't know the difference because of the misinformation between the confusing people for the difference between legislation, legality, and also law. Bill of Rights, no law, no legislation can change that law because that's the real law. So whatever Jacinda does is not law, it's legislation. Yes? Legislation. So let's use the accurate language. We don't use their language. Yes? Nobody can amend Bill of Rights. Bill of Rights is our basic rights that we have. Nobody can touch it. So mandatory to anything is illegal and unlawful. Jacinda, one woman, she cannot do these things. Yes? So she cannot change the law. She cannot change the legislation alone. Now, we have a lot of history. We know a lot. We have lots of experience and knowledge about other cultures, other corruptions, so we should have a better chance sharing our information with the rest of the people so they don't be afraid. Right? They should be afraid. You know, in the Germany time, you know, the Hitler time, when their corrupt government fall, they all had to run away. Some of them go to Argentina, right? They go to the rat holes. So, my message to Jacinda is just wait for your prosecution. Yes, everybody break the law faces the prosecution. It's just a matter of time. Yeah. So I'm not here to lecture you about all the information. I think majority of you know. But all I say is we do a peaceful protest. We don't let some hired guns to come and change our language or our peaceful behavior. So please don't let somebody come and leak in and make it funny, right? We remain lawful, and legislation, it depends to its lawfulness. Because we remember slavery was legislation and it was an act, right? But it never lasted. It never lasted. Why? Because it was always unlawful, right? Always unlawful. So no legislation can come above law. Jacinda cannot just go past the bill quickly and I wait for Billy Tekaika to come and abolish or amend it. Sorry, it's abolished already. That's not recognized. That's why we say we do not consent. Yes, we do not consent.
We do not consent.
We already know Bill of Rights goes thousands of years. You know, I'm Persian, born in Iran. My mom came over here as a refugee, right? So, to my knowledge, Bill of Rights, even the American ones, they took it from King of Cyrus. Goes thousands of years ago. Nobody amended that. Nobody overruled that, right? So, Jacinda cannot say you cannot come out today. We are lawful. We are the legal ones. Those who are illegal, they should be afraid. They should really be afraid. What we got to be frightened of is only where are they getting the money. I'd rather die with my Bill of Rights than go dying under your safety or your benefit or whatever you offer it. Yes. I tell Jacinda, why don't you just shoot me in the head if you can? I'd rather go that way than go on your COVID-19 benefit system. I'm taking my chance with any virus. My body already has viruses inside anyway. And I told you, I'd rather die with my Bill of Rights and dignity and truth. No corruption.
This is about getting our message out, and thank you for everyone for coming. I think we've done that. We'll be back. We'll keep doing it, especially if nothing changes, if the lockdowns continue. The police have told us they're about ready to move. They want us to disperse. So rather than, we have children here. We're all peaceful people. We're all passionate, but I think this has been a success. So. So it just reminded me, we have New Zealand lockdown protest, actually names. So just keep following that. If the lockdowns continue, there'll be 5 times more people next time because people are getting sick of it. I think if he sings a song while we all disperse and we all finish off, and we'll do the national anthem too. But no one getting any fights with the police. Keep everything peaceful. This has been awesome, and we don't need to ruin it. Because this has worked.
Let's sing a bit of Uncle Bob. Put out a good message. One love, one heart. One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem.
Just a few words here. The officer over here who has helped us organise today's event is really wanting us to move on. I personally disagree with it. I've asked for the law, but he's told me it's not a conversation, it's a dictate. So what I'm doing here is I said to the officer, respectfully, I'm not responsible for everyone's lives here. We're all individuals. We're all individually responsible. However, I'm just putting information out there so we all know that they're not happy now. We've exceeded our curfew. We've all got to go home and be good kids. Our paternal government's looking after us. So no, I've asked for the law. I've asked for the law in the COVID Health Act. He said we're breaking level 3. I said, how does level 3 show that trump the Bill of Rights ultimately? How does level 3 trump our rights to associate, our freedom to speak? I want to know that. I've asked for the law. He hasn't provided me with the law, and so I think it's an unlawful request. However, at the same time, I'm not trying to agitate here, so I'm just trying to inform everyone, and we can all make our personal decisions. Have a good afternoon, guys. I've just had handed to me the COVID Health Act. And according to section 13 here, 13.2, subsection 1A, it says does not limit the application of the New Zealand Bill of Rights Act 1990. So I'm just reading the law. I thought the police were about enforcing the law, but it looks like they're assembling to round us up. But we know Jacinda can break the law, and the judge said it was for a good cause, and so there's no consequence. Once again, I think if we have a leader who shows that sort of example of breaking the law with no consequences, then what are the rest of us expected to do?
And thank you for the police for protecting us. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem.
God bless you.